Mr. Bold. It was a beautiful morning. All the students in Mrs. Nita's class were all seated, looking all joyful and cheerful to start their day. Our Mr. Bold contest for this term is coming up next Monday. Wow, the students said, as sounds of excitement filled the air. Everyone wanted to be Mr. Bold, but only one person will finally get the opportunity to be Mr. Bold for the term. Silence, Mrs. Nita said, as she continued. You can all choose the topic you will be speaking about and start your research. Remember, only one person can be Mr. Bold. So, you have to work very hard. As she spoke, you can't help but notice a young boy sitting quietly on his seat, with his heart racing as he gazed right into her eyes. But he had a rather worried look on his face. The boy's name is Gazy. Gazy was a 7-year-old boy who has tried severally to win, but has only succeeded in becoming one of the runners-up. No matter how hard he tried, it always seemed to slip away from his fingers. Gazy suddenly looked down, as though he was already giving up before the competition started. His once bright eyes suddenly became dim and almost teary. But suddenly, he remembered a story he had watched over the weekend about a young boy like himself who had defeated a giant by believing and having faith in God. A ray of hope lit up in his heart as he said to himself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Just then, his friends dragged him away from his deep thoughts. Gazy, they said, what will you be speaking about this year? He thought about it for a moment and said, force. I will be speaking about force. The next few days was very tough for him as his work began the moment he got home. Mommy, 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 he said, I will win Mr. Bold this time. His mom smiled at him as he said, David was a young boy like me, but yet he defeated Goliath. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So off he went and began his research. Even his playful, cheerful younger brother couldn't take his mind and attention away from his goal. Through the night, he would practice all the informations he gathered during his research and rehearse to the hearing of his parents during the day. After school, he would spend time researching for more information to help his presentation stand out. It was a clear description of faith without works is dead, as he openly expressed his faith by putting in the work. Days passed, and the competition day grew closer. Finally, the D-Day came. It was dawn, and Gazy had to get ready for school. He quickly had his shower and started getting dressed. As he got dressed, he would say to himself, I can do all things. He was finally ready for school. As he came down the stairs, he saw his dad. "Daddy, Daddy," he said, "can I practice one more time with you?" "Yes, please," his father said. And he said, "Please, will you watch me?" "Of course," his dad said as he sat down and watched Gazy speak about his research one last time. "Excellent," his dad said as Gazy rounded up, while giving him a big hug. "You are 10 years ahead of your peers," Daddy said. It didn't matter that Gazy hadn't won the competition in the past. Gazy was ready to go now, and off he went to school. The assembly ground was quiet as each student came out to make their presentation. They were all so neatly dressed and flawless in their presentations. It was now time for Gazy to give his presentation. With a deep breath, he stepped forward, his eyes fixed on the goal, as it was all he could see. His classmates fixed their eyes steadily on him, but he could only see himself winning. This made his face glow with a kind of ambience they have never seen before. As the clock ticked, his presentation was over. It was time to announce the winner. After the runners-up were called, finally, the voice came. "The winner is..." Gazy's heart pounded faster as it seemed as if his feet had left the floor. Just then he heard, "Gazy! Gazy is Mr. Bold for the term." He couldn't believe it. It was like he was dreaming. After 3 previous tries, he is finally Mr. Bold. Sounds of rousing applauses filled the air as Gazy was crowned Mr. Bold. His joy knew no bounds as he rushed into his mom's arm after school screaming, "Mommy, I did it! I did it! I am Mr. Bold!" His mom hugged him tightly saying, "I knew you could do it." It was a proud moment for her. Truly, faith works. If you liked this video, that means you have watched it to this point and you are the real MVP. Thank you. Please hit the like button below and subscribe for more folktale like this one. Bye bye. See you next time.